because I couldn't see, because I didn't have a mirror to see to dye my hair. And so I used this bleach. It's like one of the girls told me what bleach to use because it doesn't damage your hair. So that's what I did. I used something that didn't damage my head. So my mom's doing good. I have a pimple right there or something. Spending GoFundMe money, I see. Oh yeah, considering the fact I don't have access to it, so that would be great. I would love to know what GoFundMe money I'm spending when I don't have access to it. So maybe if you don't have actual proof, you shouldn't be talking, because that's defamation. And lying on someone, you could get sued for that. If, like, taking a video of someone shopping and saying that they're spending GoFundMe money is not proof. Unless you have receipts that I pulled money out of GoFundMe, then you have no actual proof. You know that there's a lady, there's actually two people. One person got sued for millions of dollars by lying on Cardi B, and another person got sued for millions of dollars for lying on Jay-Z. So, I mean, unless you want to be one of those people who wants a lawsuit, I wouldn't. Because you can't make false claims. So spending GoFundMe money. But yeah, I get paid on TikTok. I have money. I figured out how to cash out the money that was stuck in my thing. So yeah. And that was not even enough. And I still have money saved because I have to pay my bill. And storage was due. That got paid, thankfully. Someone helped. But yeah, other than that, you know, I still make money on here. Despite, you know, not being able to go live a lot. Yeah. Where am I staying at? Outside. Like, you can't ask these questions because I can't tell you where I'm staying. Like, yeah. Where's the purple room? What purple room? I'm doing okay. Oh, thank you for the roses. I did my own hair. See, that's why I didn't dye this side. I screwed up. Or I don't know if you could see it. But there's like a patch of bleach where I didn't dye it because I couldn't see. I did this hair myself. All of it. Well, I didn't do it myself. I had someone help me bleach the rest of it. Because it took me 2 days because I had to go somewhere to bleach it, because they don't allow you to bleach it where I'm at, because it's they don't allow you to bleach it because yeah, it stains the tiles. So then, good lord, bean curds, ew. Anyways, because I ate lunch, but oh, what was I gonna say? They helped me bleach the rest of it. Then I dyed my own hair. So I did my hair myself, so. Yep. It's fried. No, it's looks like this because I straightened it with a, what do you call it? A styling tool? What is that? That 2-in-1 Revlon brush thing. It's not fried, it's just because I straightened it, and yeah, I kept straightening the thing, but yeah. Blue is not, I know blue is not my color. It washes me out. That's the guy said anything blue washes me out, which is why I can't do blue hair. But I wasn't gonna do blue hair anyways. I was like, he was like, I will tell people go for it for the fun colors, but you know, yeah, crazy. You know, Yeah, because of my Super Mario shirt. Yes, I did. I did dye my own hair. I dyed it. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. Where's my mom? She's in... I don't know. She was calling me, but I missed her call. Not now, but earlier. And, she's probably on the computer or laying down or something. I don't know. Thank you for the roses. I don't know. I know where she's at, but I mean, like, I don't know what she's doing. If she's laying down, or she's on the computer, or she's watching a movie, because sometimes she watches movies at this time. That's why I don't know, because she could be... I know where she's at, but I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, she's healed pretty goodly. Pretty goodly. That makes no sense. She's healed pretty goodly. What kind of word is that? But she's healed pretty good. She just had like a little wound because the bullet went through her nose and out her ear. It might have damaged her ear even worse, which I don't know. I think the hearing aids are working pretty good that I got, but I'm not too entirely sure if it really damaged her hearing worse. She has, I don't know when she has an appointment for her hearing, but that ear where she was shot, it could have damaged her hearing worse. So that's sad. I mean, he immediately shot her and he shot my brother dead. So yeah, I really don't know what his mindset was, because he wasn't speaking the whole time, which is really weird, because I always assume people make demands and it's like, get out, give me the car. If he would have, he could have easily just said, give me your car, you know, or I don't know. Well, what can you do? You know, he just shot my brother in the head, and he didn't make any demands. He was quiet. He was angry. He looked angry. I really don't remember what he looks like, except he was bald and what he was wearing, because everything was happening so fast. I couldn't process. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. He just kept trying to get in, and then he went to my side. Like I said, he smashed my window in. And then glass went everywhere. It was like all over. All I heard was like the shattering of the glass. And then next thing I know, he's trying to rip my mom out of her window, because he went to her side, tried to rip her out. And you know, then he jumped in through the driver's window because the door was locked, sat on my brother dead, tried to start the car. He couldn't do that. So then I was fighting him, and he was like fighting me like that. And he just, I said, get out, but my mom couldn't hear, took off with the car door open. Because at that point I jumped out, grabbed my phone real quick, and I went around to go, get my mom out of the car. But at that point he had taken off. And yeah, it was like 3 or 4 a.m. It was pitch dark. Well, not pitch black. It was dark. There was nobody. I was screaming, call 911, call 911. But I wasn't thinking, because I had my phone, right? People are going to be like, well, you had your phone, could have dialed 911. But there was so much going on because I was worried. I had already knew he killed my brother, that I was scared that he would kill my mom. So that's why I wasn't processing anything, because I was more concerned about also losing my mother, which when the chaplain came to talk to me, which I know what the chaplain's for, because I had a substitute teacher in high school who was a chaplain. So chaplains, they usually come in and they have to tell you, sorry, your loved one's dead. Which they were like, do you want to talk to a chaplain? And I was like, yeah, because I already knew what he had to tell me. He said, sorry for your loss. I said, are they both dead? Because at that point, 2 people had died. I didn't see the news. I didn't see anything, so I didn't know. I was waiting in the back of a cop car while they still did investigations. I wasn't stuck in the back of the cop car because I could have got in and out, but then I ended up having to be kind of stuck because once I got out of the cop car, people started asking questions like, what's going on? Like, the bystanders, and they were like, well, this is why we have you sit in the cop car. And I was like, oh, great. Now I'm going to be stuck in the cop car because bystanders are asking questions. Wonderful. Because they were like, this is why we have you sitting here, because now people are asking questions and we don't want people near the crime scene. So I was like, great. So then he came and he said, sorry for your loss. And I said, are they both dead? And he said, I can't tell you. The police are going to have to tell you that. And that's when I was scared because I thought I lost both of them. I didn't know. Fuck. What do you do? All because I was sleeping at a park. And all because people wanted to be assholes and sit here and say, well, if you just had a place, you know what? That's the type of shit that pisses me off, because it's just like gun violence happens every day, whether you have a place or not, and people getting a hold I manipulated my family to stay with me. First of all, you don't even know what I manipulated my family. Maybe, here's the thing. I am not staying in a house that is not, he does not, okay, so my uncle, let me say this about my uncle. That is not his house. That is his son's house. Why would I want to stay in a house that he took, that was not, his name was not in the will to get that house? I want you to understand that he is not the person who is supposed to get the house. So why would I want to stay in a house that is not even his in the first place? Crazy, right? And I didn't manipulate my family to stay. We would have been back out on the streets. You don't know how my uncle is. So maybe don't talk about someone you've never met in real life who claimed when my grandma was dying, he was just this huge head honcho drug lord. I don't care about him being a freaking drug lord. My grandma was dying. I didn't need to hear any of that. I'm not going to live with someone who will turn around, because it always happens. Time after time after time would turn around and we would end up on the streets. Do you know how many times I've lived at my grandma's house where he threw us on the streets because he was mad that my mom was taking care of his mother? He wasn't taken care of. Let's be 100% for real, because if he was taking care of his mother, she'd be alive. So maybe don't talk about a family member you don't know about. Yeah, he has the house, but does he have contact with his brothers? Does his brothers talk to him? No. Not even my mom wants to talk to him. So that should tell you something. Not even the other family members, not just his brothers. My grandma's sister wants nothing to do with him. So instead of telling people stuff like that, maybe you should worry about yourself instead of worrying about an uncle who's contacting their family member through social media because they don't have contact with them. Why do you think he's not reaching out to me but reaching out through me, like trying to talk to me through social media? Because I don't want nothing to do with him. He waited 2 days to ask how his sister's doing, and then he wants to come to the internet and try to tell people he cared about his sister. If he cared about his sister, she wouldn't have been living in a car. Now would she have? Yikes. I'm not going to go stay somewhere where I'm going to be told he makes some excuse and then we're back out in the streets. No, thank you. You must think I'm stupid enough to literally go somewhere where I'm going to be thrown out. I'm not dumb to go there and then end up back on the street. And for him to talk shit about my father, he could talk shit about my father all he wants, but he was never a good father to his kids either. If he was such a good father, his daughter wouldn't be running off with older men while she was in high school. And we're the same age, mind you. And our birthdays are both in June because we both graduated at the same time. And if I didn't have a father, you know, people who don't have fathers tend to run with older men because father issues. If he had such a good life, all of his kids wouldn't have ditched him except for the two or whoever he has that's literally around him. Otherwise, yeah. That's not the first time he's accused other grandchildren of taking jewelry off of grandma when she passed away. He said that about the other grandchildren too. Crazy, right? I have an uncle who claims he cares, but then he's mad because I won't give him updates because the family wants to know. His family that don't care, what do they want? Why do they want updates if they don't care anyways in the first place? Make that make sense. You think I'm supposed to live with a shitty family member and get yelled at every day because you enjoy, like, here's the thing that I don't understand. Some people, they have like, they love seeing people go through things. Like when my dad had manic episodes, they enjoyed that because I got it. And they want me to get it. They want my uncle to treat me like trash. And I don't have to take that from someone. I don't have to take that from anybody. You thought I had a choice to live with my uncle? I didn't have a choice to live with my uncle. Both my mom and my brother were going to go live with my uncle. I didn't choose. I said no, but they still wanted to because they didn't want to live in a car. But mind you, they realized. It was a realization. Why go over there and then have to be asked to leave? I'm like, then it's going to be a problem. My brother worked. He had a job. He didn't need to go live somewhere and have to deal with this asshole and then be told to get out while he has to go to work. And then we're being told get out and he's at work. Where are we going to get out and go to? Can someone make that make sense? At least if we had the car, we could be in the car, or we could be at the library, or we can have a place where we're at while he's at work and not have to worry about being told get out. And he's at work and he can't help us get our stuff to get out. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You may want to keep those toxic, shitty family members in your life, but I don't. And just like my other uncles, I should have never answered him. I should have just not answered him at all. It was my bad. Now he wants to talk shit about my father. Okay, my father stealing from my grandmother is not the main focal point, and that's what pisses me off. My dad stealing from his mom, which my dad never did, has nothing to do with him waiting 2 days to see how his sister was doing, or to even care. To even hear me have to tell him that my brother died, was murdered. Oh, you care about who's stealing from what because you stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma. Stole from my grandma's bed, who literally treated me like trash. So yeah. Ooh, thank you. It's my fault. Did you think I'm gonna get upset? Because I hope your mom dies and then it's your fault. I would suggest you don't. I hope your mom dies and then it's your fault. I would suggest you don't. That's why things happen to you, because you talk about other people's dead relatives. Maybe you shouldn't. What? You heard what I said. I don't have to repeat it again. I sometimes wish that some of y'all ended up in this situation like me, where your family member is murdered, so you can understand just how people feel and what they go through, because you don't understand. Like, some of you guys sit on the internet, right, and you love to talk trash about somebody, but unless you're actually going through the situation, you don't know how hard it is. Dying is very expensive, and if you don't learn anything from me, if a family member of yours dies, I know it's going to be like so much, it's going to be very expensive. That's the crazy part about it, is like, dying is super expensive. This is no joke. They paid partial. Like, people are so stupid that they paid for the funeral. They paid for the service, the cremation, the casket, the cards, and that's it. After that, they don't pay for the burial, the headstone, or the other stuff. It's only up to $6,000, and the part of, like, the cremation, the casket, the urn, the service, the cards for the service, that was all $6,000. That was up to $6,000. So if it's up to $6,000, you have to understand that money's already gone. So I didn't have any money left over to bury him. Like, you need to start thinking about life insurance, because dying is very expensive. Very, very expensive. No joke. It's like a 12,000 to bury someone. So I'm good. It's like 12, because it's 4,120 for the burial, which we're still waiting for the GoFundMe to process. I don't have that money, but yeah. That is a yikes. No, because I don't have that money. I'm waiting for the GoFundMe to process. And if GoFundMe doesn't process the money, then I'm going to sue them, because the money's sitting there. So it's either they pay me the $7,000 or I sue them for more money. Because it's emotional distress on my part, because my brother is like he's there. Like, you know, his urn is at the funeral home. But we still haven't been able to bury him because the GoFundMe is processing. Like, that's emotional distress on my part, because I don't got money. Look at where I'm at. Look at the place that I'm at. I'm trying to get a place. I don't even have an income, and I'm trying to get an income so we can get a place. This is like crazy, all because people on the internet want to stalk, harass people, and say that they're not doing that. Why are you following someone around and recording them when they go shopping and saying, oh, well, they're spending money? Unless you have receipts, provide the receipts, because you're not the one that's in charge of the GoFundMe, so why do you care? That's what I don't understand, is the people who didn't donate, or the people who are not in charge of the GoFundMe, are trying to lie their bottoms off, and showing a video saying someone is shopping does not mean they're a scammer. Unless you have physical receipt proof, unless you have transactions that shows that I pulled out from GoFundMe, you shouldn't be saying anything. Like, you think that you're gonna get no, I can sue for that. It's my money. It literally says it goes to me and for the funeral costs. If you didn't want the rest of the money to go to me, then you shouldn't have donated. Maybe you should learn to read, because some people have a hard time reading. That's why we score so low when it comes to the education system in the United States. That's why our education system is failing, because people fail to learn to read, where it says that we get the rest of the money that is left over and the rest of it goes to the funeral. It didn't say it only goes to funeral costs. I don't know why people have a hard time reading, but maybe you should learn to read. So how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. No, I'm not part of that percentage. I know how to read. I know how to do a lot of things some people don't know. So yeah, they are mean because they have no life. They want to fight. They're mad because I got the funds fast. That's why. And if they were to have a GoFundMe, people wouldn't have donated as quickly to their GoFundMe as they did for me. And they say that I'm acting like a victim even though I am a crime victim. Why do you think the crime victims unit worked with me? Because I'm a victim of a crime. And then telling me I'm not a victim. He tried to rip me out of the window. He literally smashed glass all over me. Just because I didn't get shot at like you would like, or he didn't bruise me, or I didn't get severely harmed. Maybe you would have liked me to get brain damage. That would have really made you happy, because see, when someone's not physically hurt to the point where you deem that someone needs to be physically hurt to be a victim is crazy. So because I didn't physically get hurt, it's either that I set my family up or I'm not a victim because I didn't get shot at. That, oh, I'm making this about myself. What do you mean I'm making this about myself? I was in the car when he tried to jack it. I was sleeping. I was going to sleep to get up so we can go DoorDash. What do you mean I'm making this about myself? I was in the crime when it happened. I was in the accident. I was there when he tried to steal the car. I was there when he shot my brother in the head and murdered him right in front of me, right next to me. And I saw my brother with no eye. What do you deem a victim? Hello? No shit, Sherlock. Like, I was there. That's crazy to literally say that I'm not a victim, but like, sometimes I wonder about people. I wonder what their mentality is. And I wonder, like, you say people need therapy, you need serious help. If that's where your mentality's at. Because some of you guys say stuff that is, oh, I can't. Your mindset is, your mental is way off. It's concerning. Some people need to seek help. The very same people that said shoot up my brother's car, that told my mom they were gonna rip me out of the window and she watches, that literally manifested this stuff to happen, is so crazy. And then when they manifested it for it to happen and it happened, now that they're mad. You're the ones who were commenting this stuff online. Like, if I was to go back to my mom's station and find that stuff, I would literally give it to the police, because that's literally hardcore proof that the very same thing that you said happened. You wouldn't want the police to show up thinking you're a part of this, because I don't know if this guy was hired from the internet. I don't know who he was hired from, because it's still an active investigation, so I don't know anything. And that's the crazy part. Imagine being involved in something. You could lose your job. You could lose the place you're living, because you think, oh, well, she's just saying stuff. She's just talk. No, this time it's not just talk. I'm gonna really provide this stuff to the police and be like, this is the threats they were making. This is like insane work. I don't know how he's doing. I can't be concerned with that. Constantly wish death on me how many times, but when I return the energy, that's crazy. Do you know how many times people said they were gonna kill my family? I'm sorry, the Reddit got butthurt. They're a bunch of pussies. That's why they reported my TikTok live. They think that they got my TikTok live taken down last time. That was me for something I said. Oh, bullying, harassment. Who am I bullying? The stalker Reddit. Oh, they are being really bullied. They stalk people and then they cry, we're being bullied and harassed. Wah, 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 wah. It's funny. It's crazy. And they claim they're adults, but they act like whiny little children when they get bullied. Like, you know, I really don't care. You know, you don't see who's talking. I'm not the one reporting people. When people's stuff gets taken down, it's so funny because then people say you reported them. I'm not really active on social media except to post stuff and like videos. Otherwise, I don't care to take people's stuff down because why am I going to report people if it doesn't apply? Let it fly. If they're saying something about me, okay, let them. I'm going to let their videos stay up. I'm not going to be reporting people and they say, we got her taken down. No, that's a bitch ass move. I'm just saying, like, you must be really hurt inside to report someone and then think that, oh yeah, we got her. Mm-hmm. You didn't get nothing. Aha, you got me. That's what I literally think. It's like, you got me. Where's the camera? It's like, I'm not hurt. Besides, you know, my brother being dead and having to deal with that. But other than that, you know, I'm okay. I'm not that crazy, but hey, you shouldn't talk about your mom that way. She's not an orangutan. Yikes. Calling your mother an orangutan is not. Yikes. Who cares if you're clocking into a job? Sad. You gotta clock into a job. Imagine having to go to work and clock into a job. Couldn't be me. You're watching a live stream while clocking into your work. Get off your phone and go do your job. It's gonna be a long day for you. You're gonna be on your phone not doing your job. You know, some people say, oh, well, I'm at work. You've been arguing with me for like hours, but you're at work not doing your job. Oh man. Business is failing. Go get a job. I have a job. That's why I got paid. How do you think I dyed my hair? With free money? It fell from the sky. You know, you spelled yourself wrong. You said unalive yourself, but you said unalive yourself. What's yourself? I've never heard of that word. It's yourself. Yourself. Learn how to spell if you're going to tell someone to harm themselves, because that spelling mistake alone should be enough for you to harm yourself, okay? And they said it to me first. They said it to me first in the comments. You saw that. And this live stream is recorded. I can pull that up. I have proof. So they said it to me first. So I don't want anyone complaining. With that spelling error, you should. They said it to me first. So. Oh. Here, let me help you. Andy, get a profile picture before you start talking. It's always crazy how the people with no profile pictures talk like if they're saying something. It really doesn't matter if you're not talking from your actual account and not from a burner account, because when you say something that you think matters, it doesn't, because you're hiding, which means you don't really mean what you say, because if you meant what you say, you would say it behind your real account. Because see, I don't have to make, like, people think I make multiple accounts to defend myself. I don't have to do that. I already have enough accounts to do that myself. I have my Instagram, I have my TikTok, I have my YouTube, I have my Twitch. I could go anywhere and defend myself. I don't have to make multiple accounts with no profile pictures trying to rah-rah, and then it just doesn't work. Nobody cares, but you cared enough to comment. If nobody cares, then why is there 471 people here? And if nobody cares, then why did you comment? No one cares. If you didn't care, you wouldn't say anything. You just wouldn't care. You see, that's how it works. You cared enough to comment. You said scammers say what? You just said what? So you're a scammer? That's funny. Scammers say what? And you just said what? You just typed what in the comments, so you're a scammer? People are so, good God. People are so mad in the comment section. Yeah, good God. Oh, well, I'm sorry. It's not good God. I don't believe in God, so... Well, I'm an agnostic. What is it? Like, I believe in something, but I don't believe in a God. Because God would not allow people to tell someone to harm themselves, nor would God allow the violence to happen, like gun violence, or criminals to get loose and commit, like, multiple crimes. So, yeah. Because if that guy had multiple crimes and he was set free, God would not allow states to pass laws where predators can now identify as a predator and get away with it. Like, and I know people say, well, that's not God, that's the devil. Stop using the devil as an excuse to be a hateful human being. The devil didn't tell you to do it, you did it. The devil's not telling you to tell someone to harm themselves, you did that. Stop blaming this fictitious, like, whatever it is, on yourself. So maybe you should take accountability instead of blaming it on other things. Because I hate when people say, that was not them, they were removed from God. No, they weren't removed from God. What God? The God that gives little kids cancer? And then you want to tell me, oh, well, you know, you always have something, what is it, to come in clutch for that. No, miss me with that one. Good God. What God? And he's not good. And I know what you meant when you said good God, but I just wanted to annoy you even more. But anyways, like, yeah. I killed my brother. No, you killed my brother. And you don't want to admit you did. And don't say, like, oh, why are you blaming people? This would have never happened if people had left me alone. You contributed some way, somehow. Oh, now that I actually had something happen to me, you're mad. Like, I can't even. Please do not disgrace against others' religions. You know what? Okay, let's talk about religion since you want to get into disgrace others' religions. You mean the Catholic priests that are touching kids? Are you talking about that religion? The same religion who is literally against the LGBTQIA plus community, who literally preaches to people that they're going to go to hell because they identify as what they want to identify as? You mean that religion? The same religion that was Christianity, which was stolen from black people? You mean that religion that was used against black people, stolen from black people, used against black people by white people? That religion? And don't say not all people, because how many priests have got caught touching kids? Thank you very much. And considering that the new pope supposedly, or not supposedly, but allegedly has accusations of that and denies it, yeah. oh, we finally got a good pope. He's an American pope, but he has accusations of touching little kids. And I wouldn't be surprised because that's been going on in the Vatican for how long? But yet we're supposed to stay silent. Oh, okay, miss me with that one. Don't make fun of other people's religions. You mean the same religion that uses hate against other people? And then they're the most hateful people are the ones that have Bible quotes in their bio telling you to unalive yourself, but yet God's supposed to forgive everyone, right? And if you're so hardcore into religion, then why is it you never forgive people and you tell them to unalive themselves and you're from the church? God didn't go around and tell people to unalive themselves. God never said any of this hateful stuff y'all are saying. And according to the Bible, God is not white, so there's that. He was whitewashed. Hair of wool, skin of bronze. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna go to hell if you smoke. You're gonna go to hell if you sin. Miss me with that one. There's no such thing as hell. We're already living on hell. Okay, hell is earth. We're already living it. So miss me with the religion talk. Miss me with the, oh, you're disrespecting religion. Religion disrespects people. Okay? And until religion can be all inclusive, I don't give a fuck. You can't talk to me about religion because it pisses me off. They were not of God. They were removed of God. That's why they created that's why they did this violent act. That guy shot my brother in the head because he chose to do so. Not because he was removed from God, not because the devil told him to do so, because he chose to do so. Stop using religion as an excuse. And I'm so sick and tired of every time there's a school tragedy and someone's going through a mass shooting, that people will sit here and literally say, what is it? Our thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers are not going to bring those parents' children back. Thoughts and prayers are not doing shit for this country except allowing gun violence to run rampant. And more people are dying from gun violence. But Trump wants to remove photos of people who are in the memorial for gun violence. For what? Instead of making stricter gun laws, thoughts and prayers are not going to bring my brother back from gun violence. Having a place was not going to stop me from being in gun violence. He could have jacked our car while we were living in a place. I don't know if this guy was a hired hitman. Hello, use your common sense. It doesn't matter if someone was homeless or not. Gun violence was bound to happen, whether anyone wants to believe it or not. Imagine walking to Walmart. You can't even go grocery shopping without someone shooting up the store. You can't even go to watch a movie at a movie theater without getting shot up. You can't even live in your own home without getting shot up by police sometimes, wrongfully targeted, and then shot up by police while holding your baby in your arms. Yeah, that's a crazy one. You can't even drive and adjust a air freshener without getting shot up by police. You can't walk down the streets while holding a bag of Skittles without getting shot up by a rent-a-cop. You know, Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman, who is still very much alive, sadly. George Zimmerman, you know. Anyways, a lot of people walking free. Kyle Rittenhouse after shooting protesters and then claiming it was self-defense. Good one. You know, the black kid that knocked on the wrong door and got shot at. Yeah, that happens. You know, gun violence happens every day because people don't give a to care and say, oh, because you were homeless, this is why this happened to you. That's insane. Like, are you okay? Because it doesn't sound like you're okay. Miss me with all the excuses of why this happened to me when it was clearly an act of a gun violence of a man that got a hold of a gun that shouldn't have gotten hold of a gun. Clear as day. But I'm not gonna say it. There you go. You hope Christianity is real. Christianity is stolen from black people. And Catholic priests are the ones that are caught touching kids, not drag queens. So, the government and people are so worried about drag queens. Oh, and this is another thing I saw on my For You page or on my Explore page on Instagram that pissed me off. There's this biological woman that got dragged out of a bathroom by a male cop going into a women's restroom because women were mad that it was a trans person in their restroom and they didn't feel safe, even though she was a biological woman. And they were trying to say she was trans. Make that make sense. But yet, here we go having people push their religion and preach. But yet, it's these same people that claim these religions that are so hateful. Did you know that I saw a video of someone saying they went to conversion camp and that God helped them see that they were leading down the wrong path? They were leading down the wrong life when it came to going to, like, they found God and that's why they're no longer gay. Their soul was taken away, and that's sad. They're not happy. They're forced. They were literally conditioned to think that way, which is very sad. Because you're telling people they can't exist, and you're using religion to think that you're converting people back to being straight. That's an issue. That's weird. Because you hate that people exist, so you're using God to manipulate these people, brainwash them. That's brainwashing. Some major brainwashing. That's not me, that's somebody else. That's not my mom either, that's somebody else. Because I'm out in the public. So yeah. No, I'm not at a children's park, obviously. Duh, I'm not at the park. And even if I was at a park, it's not a children's park, it's a public park. Do you know what public means? Oh, I'm sorry. You're too slow to know what public means. My bad. It depends what park you go to. If I'm going to a park that has a slide, or if I'm going to a park that has a playground, obviously that's a children's park. But if it says public park, it's for anybody. Use your common sense. Duh. I don't know where this topic went from religion to children. That's really weird. And especially because I was talking about predators in the church. And all of a sudden you brought up children out of nowhere and children parks. That's weird. Why do you think of children? Every time you think of me, you think of children. Are you a predator? Because why does your mind automatically like, yeah, children and parks? You see there's an older person coughing. Does that sound like a kid to you? Like, common sense. Now you're trying to regress people and make them out to be little kids is weird. And you're making an older lady and trying to say she's a child. That's weird. The same verse that tells you to shut the fuck up. That's the same verse. You know, I don't understand this get a job. How about I bend over and you kiss my ass? That'll work. That'll work. Maybe stop telling me to get a job. Here's your job right here. I think this is a pretty good job. I'm doing a pretty good job if I say so myself. get a man. No. What if I want a woman? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, don't run with that one. Oh, I should have said that, because now people are gonna be like, she's gay. No, I'm not. Please, it was just a joke. It was a joke. I'm just joking. No woman wants me. Funny. I'm not even gonna say anything. Nope. 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 There are just some people out there that don't take no for an answer. And that's an issue. Especially when I constantly say I'm straight. Yeah. Like, why would I want to be with a man? Men ain't shit. They're violent. Why do you think women choose a bear over a man? And then y'all get so mad when the women choose the bear over the man. Well, obvious reasons. I mean, look, hell. Like, it was just a joke. Get a woman? No, I don't go that way. That was crazy. I was talking to someone that was from the community in real life. Obviously, not online, because people like, you don't have friends. And I was telling them, oh, people online said that I'm homophobic because I didn't give this woman a chance because I said I'm not gay and I'm straight. That's not being homophobic. Like, people are so stupid. Like, okay, if someone doesn't go that way, and I didn't say any slurs or anything, I wasn't rude, I was polite and said, no, I'm straight. Like, some people gotta stop thinking you have to accept everything. Like, no. Who said I'm being picky? I'm not being picky. I just don't want to date men because they're violent. Men are scary. One minute you could be married to a man and the next minute he's a monster and you never knew him. His whole life he lies. Right? Have you seen Not Without My Daughter? That is the scariest thing ever. Like, she didn't know. She thought she knew him until she didn't know him. He took her to another country, to Iran. And she was literally held captive there. She was held captive, and he said, you leave, and I'm going to take my daughter. You leave. You can leave and go to the States without your daughter. To a country where they were constantly getting bombed. There was violence. And this whole time, she thought he was sweet, nice. She married this man. And he was a doctor, and he was saying, oh, like, which it was, you know, they were being racist towards him because he was a foreign doctor from another country. Well, he was going to school for that. But then his 180 just flipped like that, and the next thing you know, he's violent. He's hitting her. He's controlling her, telling her that he has to monitor everywhere she's going so she doesn't try to flee the country. That's a real life thing. She wrote a book about it. Not only that, she's not the only person that's happened to. There's a whole Dr. Phil episode where the mom's pleading for her daughter to come back, saying come home, and she's refusing because she's stuck over there and thinks she's in love with this man who is literally abusing her. I'm not gonna end up on an episode of Dateline. Yeah, not me. Not all men, sadly. My brother, you know what? Who murdered my brother? Was it a man or a woman? Quick question. Not all men, but my brother was murdered by another man. There are some school shootings that are by women, but mostly men. Not all men. If it's not all men, then why aren't the not all men literally speaking out more than the men that commit violence to stop the violence? Lots of black women are dying by the hands of black men, but yet not all men. Okay, pal. Just like you believe that we have white allies. Allies. We don't have no allies, okay? Realize. Not all men, but we literally have a president that's a felon. with 36 felony charges running for president, but yet felons can't vote. You just got a man, which was his spiritual advisor. The spiritual advisor to Trump is literally going to court being charged with raping a 12-year-old. Trigger warning. But not all men. You got another, what was the guy that was running? He's not running, he has an office. And he was doing stuff with minors, but not all men, right? Okay. Most of the people that are under Trump's administration has felonies and accusations of doing things with minors. Yikes. No, I wouldn't. I don't know why we're talking about people from the past. No, I wouldn't, because I'm going to leave people behind. No. They didn't care about me. I don't care about them. Where were they when I needed them? Oh, alright. Listen to the internet, and then, you could have had a whole conversation with me instead of listening to the internet, but you know what, fuck you. That's all I gotta say. No one's gonna help you. Well, they are, so. So what have I been doing to improve my situation? Telling people to fuck off. That's another. I'm not gonna let people tell me what to do anymore, because people are not gonna stop me. I'm gonna do what I want. It's like, can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm broke. If I was broke, I wouldn't be able to dye my hair. Oh, funny. My father's a felon. No, he's not. He just gets in trouble with the police. I'm not bumming off of people. No one is sending me money, dummy. No one has sent money to my Cash App, and no one has sent money to my PayPal. If I was bumming off of people, you would literally see a post that says send me money. The last time I asked for money was $5 for my phone bill, because clearly I can't work. I'm a victim of a crime. I literally have trauma, which people try to say I don't. You are not a licensed doctor. Stop trying to be Dr. Phil and telling people you don't have trauma. You're just crazy. Or not crazy, but he tries to diagnose people. He's not even a real doctor. He did real estate. That's the funny thing. Dr. Phil was not a doctor. He had a show on Oprah Winfrey where he talked about real estate. Then she gave him his own show. Mind you, he stalked one of his patients and had to have supervision while doing his own job. Make that make sense. Dr. Phil had to have supervision with that said client of his at his own job. Look it up. Dr. Phil is fake. And you expect me to listen to the internet and tell me I don't have trauma? You don't even know. Because you don't want me to have trauma. That's crazy. What do you think I'm doing? I'm getting evaluated, obviously. It's funny because, yeah. He was asking her what she was doing. Personal questions, what she was doing, where she was going. It was really weird. It was really weird. And she got so uncomfortable to the point she reported him, and he had to have someone supervise him whenever he met with her. If Dr. Phil's stalking someone, that's weird. And you literally gave this guy a show when he stalked somebody. And then all he does is sit there and tell people diagnosis he's not even supposed to be telling them. First of all, I don't even think he's supposed to be telling people what medicine they should be taking. That's dangerous. Imagine an unlicensed doctor, or not even a real doctor, just because he got a PhD or whatever, deems him a doctor, does not mean he can run around and start. He's misdiagnosing people, and it's crazy. I will never forgive that man what he did to Shelley Duvall. He used her for his not 15 seconds of fame, for his ratings. You had that woman sit up there and tell everyone that Robin Williams is alive and he's somewhere shape-shifting, and you didn't find that weird? Nah. That's crazy. If I have new clothes and makeup and you're saying I won't get a job, how did I buy this stuff then? It fell from the sky, guys. I got money from the sky. The sky gods gave me money. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm screaming at people. I'm not screaming at people. Oh, you scammed people. I was like, I'm not screaming at people. It's not an ugly ass shirt. It's Super Mario. Everyone likes this shirt. I get big getting compliments. It's not ugly, but okay. Hell. My brother was a pedophile, and why? Because someone said so. Because someone said so, it's true, even though there was no proof. Because that person said so, it must be true. The very same person that got never mind. I don't want to talk about that person. Every time I do, I get a nasty message, and I'm not gonna. I didn't blame you. I didn't say anything about you. I didn't do anything. Leave me alone. Okay. Get it? Got it? Good. I am not going to get into it with my brother's ex anymore. I'm so sick and tired of people mentioning her so that way she can continue with me and then start arguing with me and then go back and forth, and I'm not gonna do it. I am not going to argue with her anymore. I didn't blame you, but some of the stuff you said could have caused my brother to get hurt. That's all I'm saying. When you're calling someone a predator and you're saying, well, I'm not to blame, I'm not the reason why that happened to him. Miss me with that one. Didn't you say he was a predator? Didn't you say he had a hit out on you? Didn't you make all these claims? Someone could take the law into their own hands, because that's what happens. They take the law into their own hands. And because if they don't think the police is doing anything, you know.
Oh, there's another cloud cover. Oh.
What's sad is you're disabled and you have to work in. What makes you think that I'm not disabled? That's ableism, to literally say I'm disabled and I'm work. What's your excuse? I'm disabled. Do I have to? I think I need to sit in a wheelchair and start rolling myself around for people to think I'm disabled. That's literally ableism. To literally say I'm disabled and I work. What's your excuse? Like if I'm not disabled? Oh God. But you're not. Well, I am. I am.
Intimidated.
Oh, it's hot out here. And my phone's gonna die. Ableism say what? Like, all that ableism in the comments is funny.
I do. You need to grow those fuckers back.
I know, I'm trying. They are growing.
obesity, that's your mom. She was a stunt double for Godzilla. I wouldn't be talking about obesity when I look at your mother, I think Godzilla, but that's just me. See, unlike you, I can eat whatever I want, and that makes you mad because you can't eat whatever you want. Just eat whatever you want. Like, if you're that miserable, go get a rack of ribs and shut up. Jeez. Like, you be sitting here complaining about obesity, but stuff your fat ass. Like, stuff your gut. Like, don't worry about other people thinking you're too fat. Eat. I don't give a fuck. Stick a burger down your pie hole, please. The world would be a better place if people ate some good barbecue, okay? And some good Mexican food or whatever it is. You know, get a seafood boil. Then you won't be so cranky. Stop caring what other people think. F beauty standards. They're dumb. No, I haven't been in contact with my father. The last time I was in contact with my father, he told me he would bring my brother back from the dead. So, yeah, I haven't been in contact with my father since they told me I had to tell him in jail that his son died, even though I didn't want to tell him because I said he's not well enough. But they said, well, he'll find out in jail. And if you don't tell him, we're going to have to tell him. So I had to tell him, and he said, well, I'll bring him back. And then he wasn't interested because he was in his state of mind because he's not on his medication, and there's that. That's the last time I talked to him. So, yeah. Good one. Bring a Ouija board. I'll get a Ouija board and be like, what is someone saying? Oh, yeah. If you believe him, you're just as crazy as he is because he has mental illness. He has bipolar. So if you believe him, you must have bipolar. That's not funny. That's really his bipolar talking. There's nothing wrong with bipolar, but someone saying that they believe that he'll bring him back from the dead, that's bipolar. That's not something to be like, oh, I believe him. Like, okay, you think you're making a joke, but it's not really funny considering the fact I just lost my brother. And I did. My father said, well, I'll bring him back. Did you know my dad hasn't seen my brother in probably like 8 years? And now he's dead? That's the internet for you. Someone, never mind. I better not say that. Lies. Since we got kicked out of the apartment, we haven't been the last time. Well, it probably hasn't been 8 years. But he ran into him at the bus station. Otherwise, we've had cars. So we haven't really, except when he dropped him off at the shelter. Because where we were living, the places we were staying at, they only allow 3 people. And plus, we couldn't risk losing our place because he has an episode. Yeah, it's been a really long time. We've been away for so long. Did I say I want a cookie? No. Did I ask for a cookie? No. It seems like you want a cookie. What do you want? Chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, or iced oatmeal cookie? What do you want? How about some insomnia cookies? I should order some insomnia cookies. But I don't got the money. Bro. Yes, I have a big ass. Thank you for noticing. Oh, diabolical. Does the fruit... Actually, I have fruits in my freezer, my refrigerator. And I actually ate a fruit today because I ate a tomato. What does someone say?
Hold off a little bit.
I don't hate people who have bipolar. Hey. I don't hate people who have bipolar. My dad has bipolar. I don't hate him. Try again. Wait, you're the one who literally hates people with bipolar because you allow people to make fun of people with mental illnesses. So, yeah, missed me with that one. Yes, he is. He has documentation. He got diagnosed in 1994 when he had a episode. My mom didn't know what was wrong with him, so she took him to the hospital. Sure enough, they diagnosed him with bipolar. He has documentation. He's documented. Why do you think he was getting disability? I just don't care about him. I need to take care of myself. Okay? Taking care of him while also trying to take care of my mother, and we all try to take care of him, caused my brother to be murdered on top of nobody actually giving a fuck because they harassed me. So I really don't care. I'm not gonna take care of someone that told me that he was gonna bring my brother back from the dead. I'm sorry. Who didn't even care to at least try to keep a roof over his family's head. Sorry. Not sorry. What, some voodoo ritual? Oh, hell no. My brother's cremated anyways. He can't come back, so.
See you guys later.
We'll see you later, Mama.
Okay, I need to get some rest.
Okay. Thank you.
And don't say anything to me either.
Do I like the Beatles? Yes, I do. Hey. Is it? Oh, look, I have a butterfly clip in my head. Hey, what color did you dye your hair? Well, I dyed my hair honey brown. I bleached it and then I dyed it a honey brown. Where'd you get the clip from? I got it from DDS. That's where. Thank you. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Why'd you dye it? Because I wanted to. Put the glasses on? Okay. I'll put the glasses on. I'm probably gonna go watch a movie. If no one's on the TV. Or something. I watched Little Shop of Horrors. Like, it's orange. I didn't tone it, so it might not be the color it's supposed to, because it would have taken too long to tone it, and then I would have had to wait to dye it. Then I would have had to go back to the gym to dye it, and I'm not trying. I was like, no. So, yeah, for hateful conduct, probably because I threw the middle at someone, so it's okay. I'll get it back in 7 days. It's not like I'm concerned. My mom's not dead. She's very much alive.
Oh, I've already gone.
What device am I hearing on? That doesn't make sense. My mom's very much alive. And why does it say follow back? Weird. Weird. I have 4 siblings. How about you? I have, I have a half sister, and I have 2 siblings. So, yeah. She's doing good. It's not fried. I straightened it with that thing. I tried to do a blowout thing, but it didn't work. What I eat today? I ate taquitos. Beans and taquitos. I don't know what's for dinner. I need to go because dinner is about to come soon, and maybe if it's not good, I'll probably go get some dinner. Ooh, thank you for the thing. Why did I run out of the car and leave my mom? What? That? Oh, I'm not even gonna. No, my mom's not in the hospital. I don't know how many times I have to answer that question. How's life going? Good. I can't complain. They took the wrong sibling. Yeah, they should have took your sibling instead. Maybe don't say anything to me. Where's she at? Home. It is humid. It was not as hot as it was earlier, but it's humid. And I need to go because I gotta get the heck out of here and get ready for dinner. Because I have to be in at a certain time. And yeah, I can't. So if I have to go get dinner, I'm gonna have to go before closing time. Into my life. Closing time. I took my phone but left my mom. You know what happens when you're in something, you don't think, and actually I didn't take my phone. I said get out, but she couldn't hear. Do you, what? I don't understand. And the fact that I went to the other side to try to get her, how is it my fault that some guy tried to take a car that wasn't even fucking his? That's crazy. Imagine telling someone that it's their fault that someone tried to jack a car that wasn't theirs. All because, and he murdered my brother all because he couldn't get into the car that wasn't his. You know what? I need to just get off and I gotta go. It's too hot. It's too humid. Yeah, I gotta go. You just got here. Well, my phone's gonna die. I gotta go charge my phone. I got some stuff I gotta do. Oh, I bought. Well, I didn't buy. Well, yeah, I did. Never mind. I fucking hate it because the people are gonna be like, why are you doing? It's games so I can play with people because I'm losing my mind. I have to be doing something because if I'm not doing something, I'm thinking about my brother being dead. I can't do this. I can't fucking process. That processing is hard. Thank you. I know it's not my fault. It's not okay. He's dead. All because this guy couldn't get his car. Because this guy couldn't have a car that wasn't his. And my brother had a BMW that was stolen. No, it's your fault, Lex. Why are you following me? And why you're literally following me, but you have a picture of Playboy Bunny? Do you even know what Hugh Hefner did? I would suggest you look at the documentary of Hugh Hefner. Because that man is horrible. My face is clean. I'm fine. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have to stay anywhere. You go stay at my uncle's, okay? It's not my uncle's house, so why would I stay at a house that's not even his? I'm not staying at my cousin's house. That's not his house. I could have stayed at a stolen house. It's not even in the will. And if my cousin was to show up anytime to sue him for the house, we would have not had a place to live. I'm not even gonna argue with people that can't comprehend. Sorry. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, shut up. No, you shut up. You know it's absolutely true. Why are you gonna stay inside of a house that someone else doesn't own? He doesn't own that house. My grandpa bought the house for my grandma, and she put in the will that my cousin's supposed to get it. So no, I don't have to shut up. I'm not gonna be in a legal battle with my cousin because I'm staying in a house that I'm not supposed to be staying in. Common sense. It's a stolen house. Sorry, don't want anything to do with a stolen house. Thank you. God forbid. Jeez. Not even God forbid. Spirit forbid. Whatever. 'Cause I don't believe in a God, but I believe in something. Better than the streets? No, because I would have been in the street. Well, what part of that don't you understand? We would have been back in the streets. It's a toxic environment. He would have put us back in the streets. Just because he likes to come on the internet and tells people he's not a monster, he's a monster. Why do you think some of his kids want nothing to do with him? Just because someone tells you they're good doesn't mean they're good. Anybody could say they're a good person. You believe it? Have a good day or night where you guys are. I need to go figure out my dinner situation, and I have to go inside before I burn. But have a good day or night where you guys are, and I will see you guys later. A window on my side. He did try to rip me out. I ran after he started the car. Duh. I clicked the unlock button and jumped out. Yes, before he jumped in the driver's window to take off with the car, he busted the window and tried to pull me out. I was using my weight so he wouldn't rip me out of the window. So then he went to my mom's side, tried to pull her out because he couldn't pull us out of the car. He jumped in the driver's window and sat on my brother dead and took off with the car. I unlocked the door because it's an unlock button and jumped out. But yes, before I jumped out, he tried to rip me out the window. Stop telling me I don't know what happened. Jeez. Crazy. Anyways, I gotta go. But have a good day or night where you guys are. And I will see you guys later. Justice was served. That's all I gotta say. Justice was served. He got immediate karma. He literally tried to jack a car that wasn't his. He tried to take a car that wasn't his only for him to turn around and end up dead. You did all that for you to just end up dead yourself. Makes no sense. Because for him to literally try to take something that wasn't his, and then people say, oh, well, he did the right thing. Oh, yeah? Is that why he's dead? Because he tried to jack a car that wasn't his and he got himself killed? What kind of a criminal gets themselves killed? It's the stupid kind. That's why you don't do crimes. Like, seriously, people need to realize that being a criminal is not worth it. It's like you're risking your life for what? Like, don't talk ill of the dead. He deserves to be dead. He murdered someone for a car. Hello, he was gonna murder somebody else. He was going to shoot somebody else that he crashed into. He was going to hurt somebody else. He fled the scene. From what I heard, some people said that he pulled out the gun and was going to try to shoot somebody else. I heard some conflicting stuff. He was literally going to go on an unaliving spree. He literally got into an altercation with another person before he got into an altercation with us. You're literally praising a man that hurt other innocent people. Just because I'm involved does not mean he's a good person. He could have hurt somebody else's son, somebody else's daughter. And actually, I think there was a woman involved when he crashed into the Jeep, because someone told me, yeah, I think that was the same man that crashed into her Jeep, whoever it was they were telling me. You have to realize that there's other victims involved. I'm not the only victim that's involved with this man. And you're literally saying that he's a good guy when there's other people besides me involved. And imagine the other family members literally watching you praise this man when he could have murdered their family members. That's crazy. Just because I'm involved, you could leave me out of that. Okay? But in the same breath, you're over here saying that he's a good person when he could have harmed other people. Luckily, they lived. My brother died for him to be unalived. Those people survived, and he still got away and could have harmed other people. He was driving erratically. He could have crashed into a car that had a baby in it, and you're praising this man for driving recklessly in a car that wasn't his because he ditched his car at a park, and he could have killed a whole family while driving recklessly, but you're praising him. You need to seek real help. Innocent people who are driving that could have been on their way home from something and wham, could have been on their way home from work, could have been out going to the gas station to get some late night snacks and slammed into this guy, and you're praising him. Oh yeah, what's my location? Anyways, I'm gonna go have a good... People online, they said that they made whole accounts with his profile picture. They literally said that they're saying rip to him. They're saying that he didn't deserve to die, that justice was served, that he killed my brother. There's like accounts. You know how those people made accounts for that attractive unaliver that unalived the mother and daughter? It's the same way they're making accounts for him and praising him and putting angel wings on him with a halo and literally making whole accounts saying rip to this beautiful soul. Yeah, it's on the internet. All you have to do is just go there and look it up. I gotta go anyways, my phone's gonna die. But have a good day or night where you guys are. And I will see you guys later. Okay, I gotta get ready and, go. But bye guys, I will see you guys later.